I was just up in Baltimore to see a U2 concert, and the second day of our trip, we went to Fells Point. Fells Point is an amazing place because it's right next to the Inner Harbor and the main Baltimore area, but it's almost like it's in its own little world with boats docked right there and little thrifty stores. There's a unicorn store with artworks, and there's Killer Trash, which is vintage antique dresses where the trash is killer. John Waters is a big fan. He's been there. He's from the area of Fells Point, and you have this beautiful little view of the harbor, but it's like its own little mini harbor where the Admiral fell in and things like that. And it's just a really nice little area, and it's very inspiring, especially if you're trying to get away for a while. I did not take my computer with me when I was there. We only stayed one night. It was originally going to be 2. But I did not take my computer with me, and I meant to write. Unfortunately, I didn't. I would have if we'd had more time. I was still thinking of things as I was walking around, thinking of different things I could do, and being inspired. And I was thinking about this need to have computers and how many people feel like, oh, if I don't have my computer and I don't have the internet, I cannot write because I don't have this source. I can't Google things and make sure that the history is correct or the spelling is correct. And I just started thinking, it probably helps that I saw Midnight in Paris recently too, that F. Scott Fitzgerald did not need to Wikipedia The Great Gatsby. J.D. Salinger did not Google how to be a Catcher in the Rye. The only thing they needed to write was their minds. And maybe a pen, but mostly just their minds. You really don't need the internet, and you don't even need a computer to write. A lot of people these days are very uncomfortable picking up a pen and writing into a notebook. I know a lot of the writers I like usually use their computers. I've seen John Green typing away on his little laptop. And I want to ask them, do you ever write out a draft by hand anymore? Or is that just something that's dying out? Because I kind of like the feel of a pen. Even if it gets frustrating, even if you come up against walls, you can just keep writing, because that's what other people did. That's what the people in Fells Point did, I'm sure. They sat there by the water and just looked around and were inspired and just wrote, and they didn't need to look things up because everything that they needed was just right there.